on to MI6. I'm 10 minutes away from the target.
Copy, 007. Bond, can you hear me? Are you all right? Come in, Bond. Are you there?
Yes. Yes. I
What
can
is it,
hear
Bond?
you.
What happened?
Service-to-air missile. But I'm all right.
You need to move out. There are patrols looking for you. You'll need to continue on foot and avoid them. The facility isn't too far away.
Hey guys, welcome to part 13 of Let's Play GoldenEye Reloaded on the 360. In the last part we found out that Alec was the one behind it all. Oh no. What a big surprise, especially if you haven't seen the original film. Then that actually would be a surprise. It's not a bad twist. Oh god, I've already messed this up. Already messed this up. Oh, come on. I wasn't thinking. I'm gonna punch this guy. Or elbow him, I suppose. It's a good thing these guys are awful, because otherwise, oof, they would have really taken me out. So yeah, so James crashed his plane. As you can see, there's like these cool fire streaks. I don't know if that actually happens. Like, I don't think fire does just naturally streak like that, but whatever, it's a video game. And I think our plane split in half as well. I don't know how that happened either, because it just looked like that missile skimmed us rather than shut us down. But what do I know? I'm not a pilot. I could be a pilot. No, I couldn't. I have terrible eyes. But anyway, so we're now playing jungle. And usually this area goes a lot smoother because you can just do the stealthy thing and take everyone out that way. And I already horrendously messed this up, so I have to apologise. Actually, you can probably do this pretty quickly without using stealth, because stealth you got to take your time and... Yep. Let's have a... In case you didn't spot it, no grass. Just no grass there. Magical grass! Oh, where did all this come from? Yeah, it's a jungle level and they didn't do a good job on the grass. I think if you took this though, you could turn this into like a butter advert or something like... Dun-dun-dun-dun, Flora. You know, because that's how they always go. It's like... The sun grows stuff, and then they're like, buy our butter. Yeah, take that butter advert. Right, so we're in jungle, and this level is heavily different from the original. It's kind of the same, but the level design is completely different. There's very little in this game. Oh no. I thought someone was going to talk to me. Yeah, there's very, very few areas in this game where the level design is exactly the same as the other one. Very few, and this is of course another one. But it is still based off the original jungle. I mean, it's not quite as dark and depressing as the original. And I think part of that reason is because we are not in Cuba.
Well, those drone guns should have a control unit. See if you can hack it with your phone.
Will do. Yeah, the original game and film set in Cuba. James Bond went to Cuba, and that's where the GoldenEye satellite was. In this one, for no real reason, they changed it to Nigeria. Like, I don't quite get... why. Like, I don't quite understand it. I would guess my only reason I can really think of,
the solar plant isn't far now.
Cool, is that Cuba used to be like the topical place to have evil stuff happen. Like, if evil stuff was going down, it's like, oh, Cuba, we don't really know that much about it, or there could be evil stuff going on, we don't know, so there probably is. So then that's where evil stuff would happen. Good old Cuba, they would always take the bullet. So I guess Cuba isn't as topical anymore, so instead they went for Nigeria, which is just odd. Like, the story doesn't matter. It just has to take place in like a jungle. Oh god, I messed up. I really messed up. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just an odd change. Just a really odd change. And speaking of odd changes, I said in the last part I was going to talk about Alec, and let's do that, because I don't like what they did here. There's a few things that I really kind of changes that don't really make that much sense to me, or it's odd.
Come on, this is Alpha 5.
Shut up. I'm trying to talk, trying to get into a rant here. The first one, or the first thing that they messed up and got wrong, they didn't really change it, is that Alec, in the film, he's called Yanis, and in this game they keep calling him Yanis, and they're like, oh, Yanis, yeah, the god with two faces, and James Bond has said that many times, so, oh yeah, Yanis, the god with two faces, yeah, they've said that. Oh god, I've messed up. Oh, I've messed up. Oh yeah, that guy see me. So yeah, so they keep ramming home that point, and part of the reason why he was called Yanis is because in the film Alec has two faces, or the left or right side of his face is burnt, and I'm guessing that's supposed to come from when he escaped the facility, so half of his face gets burnt off, and in this game they didn't put that in. I don't quite get why. Like, it's a pretty big plot detail. Now in the original game they didn't have that in, but it was the N64. You would just you kind of forgive it. Oh, cool. You kind of expect there to be some graphical stuff, but that they don't quite get right because it's, you know, it was a bad like console. Those games look ugly. So I can forgive that, but they just messed up. I don't know why it isn't in here. It's more confusing because they keep talking about the name Yanis as well and keep saying the two-faced god. They keep saying that, but for some reason it's like, nope, we're not going to put that in the game. So that's really confusing. Like, it's really odd. Okay, the fact that Alec had that burnt face anyway is always confusing because surely the bullet to the head is the thing that kind of did him in, or would have been the thing that would have been of note. Like, hole in the head would have been a better name if there's a god about holes. Oh. Got a little stuck there. That would have worked better. And I wish in this game they kind of explained how he escaped. Because in this one they just kept it to...
Our satellites are picking up power signatures from drone guns near the waterfalls. Be careful.
Fine. Yeah, in the... like... he gets shot in the head and they don't explain it. And I always wish they did. Like, maybe there is an explanation, but I don't know it. So I would have liked it if they actually did change that and then have it so it was a bit more realistic, where he doesn't just get shot in the head and then escapes from a blowing up facility with no explanation. It's an odd change. Oh god, oh god. There we go. I think I just have to take these two guys out. Because yeah, I haven't mentioned it, but the gimmick to this level is you're going through, you're trying to be stealthy, and then you can hack into these drone guns. Now it's kind of odd because you're trying to be stealthy and then the game's like, hack into these, but it kind of blows your cover sort of. I think it's this one where this turret, he just starts fights on everyone, and then look, these guys are now just going to come around the corner and shoot at me. So it's like, I was trying to be stealthy and now this one turret is just going nuts. But I don't know, it's still the easiest way to do it because there are a lot of enemies here, so it does make a lot more sense to just use the guns. And it's a bit more fun as well, using stealth and all that. Okay, so the other thing I don't like about Alec in this game is... what was it? Oh, they changed his motivation for no real reason. In the original film, what it was is that he found out that his parents were from some nation where the British Empire apparently messed up. They were meant to get refuge or something like that, and the British Empire just let them down. I don't know why I'm saying British Empire rather than just Britain. It's not really an empire anymore. I think it's because in the original film Alec calls it the British Empire, so now I'm calling it that. So yeah, Sean Bean's a cool guy, I'll go with that. Oh, there we go, there's some more popping for you. With a video game you can always tell how good the engine is by the jungle level, or how impressive it is, which is why Tomb Raider oh, excuse me, why Tomb Raider you're like, wow, they did a great job, and then with this game they're like, could have done better, not the best engine in the world. So yeah, so in the original film Alec went against everyone because he hated the British Empire because his parents got betrayed and they came from a nation where they were betrayed. Shut up. I'm trying to talk. So rude. In this one they took that out completely.
Bond, we've identified a number of weapon caches around the encampment. It seems to be heavily defended. Be careful.
Okay, stop telling me to be careful. I'm always going to be careful. It's an army base. There's a ton of guys with guns. Why would I not be careful? Oh, I don't know. Okay, take out this guy. There we go. Right. So yeah, so the motivation now in this game is the bankers. Alec he's upset at the bankers, which is topical, but stupid. It's really stupid. It's like, in the original film, even when I was a kid and, you know, didn't really get everything that was going on, I got what was going on with Alec. It's like, oh no, his parents were betrayed, so he's getting revenge. It was simple. It got revenge. It was simple and understandable when why he would betray his, you know, country and not be an agent anymore. But in this one, it's like, it's just weak. Like, that's the thing. It's not understandable. Some people don't like banks, sure, but I don't think they're gonna betray their country, because that's it. He was an agent. Like, he was a proper official. Oh god, that was terrible. He's dead, but oh, awful. Yeah, he was a big official agent. At some point he did love England, and now he doesn't, and it's because banks. So yeah, and it does fit into what his plan is, which is robbing a bank. Or that's part of his plan. So I guess that's part of the reason as well they did that, but still, it's like, come on. Really, a bank thing? I'd rather them not be topical and have it be more understandable. And I think I just got spotted. But it doesn't matter, they're all dead now. Good old turret. Oh god, these turrets just, they love to start fights with everyone. They just can't control themselves. So yeah, so the motivation is bad and he doesn't have a burnt face. So two bad things. The second, or the final one, is that they changed when Alec reveals himself. Which is really confusing, because one thing that's good about Bond is that there's always a villain throughout. Oh, and you can blow those up. Boom! Yeah, if you stand in this room, and they disappear apparently, if you stand in this room and shoot at those, you get killed instantly. It's an instant kill. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, they change when he gets revealed, but in James Bond, one of the good things about a lot of the films is that he has like a rivalry with every main villain. Which is why Quantum of Solace kind of sucked. But Casino Royale pulled it off. He doesn't have to have like a rivalry, but if you're going to have a character like Alec, it has to be like a rivalry that exists throughout the whole film. And having Alec be revealed as the main guy so late in the film, or in the story I mean, just takes away a lot of it. It's not Bond versus Alec, it's Alec was this guy, he then disappears, and then he just shows up again towards the end. Like, there's a reason why in the film he's revealed quite early on. It's because it's really important. It's really important that you know that Bond is going up against an old friend. That's part of the story. That's why it works. So, I don't quite get why they had to change it. Oh, I'm gonna die. Come on, kill that guy for me, please. Oh! Oh, come on! Oh! They love to start fights, drones, but not when I'm about to die. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do that again, so I'll just cut until I'm back there. Alright, that one a lot smoother. So, yeah, the story and just with Alec, it just doesn't... It could have been a lot better. Like, they needed to introduce him earlier. I just don't know why they changed it. There's no... Like, I guess it makes sense with the story progressing, I guess. Like, oh no, James Bond finally finds out who's behind it all at the end. But it's like, that's not a Bond story. Bond stories aren't mysteries. They're him going up against people. It's not who done it. It's never been that. Which is why this game was written by Bruce Feinstein or Finstein or Feinstein, probably Feinstein, and I don't think he's very good. I just don't rate him. Tomorrow Never Dies was a good Bond film. I really like that film, but for the most part, he's written a lot of the games. Yeah.
Need to hack into the firing controls to use it.
Oh, I guess he got interrupted by me being shot. Interesting. Actually, I think I'm going to use my sniper. But yeah, I don't rate him when it comes to the games. Like, he did this, 007 Legends, Everything or Nothing, and Bloodstone. And none of those had particularly great stories. Or not. It doesn't have to be amazing, of course, but just solid Bond stories. That's all you need. And Everything or Nothing might be the closest one. But I think it's really strange with this game though, because Bruce Feinstein or whatever wrote this, and he changed it to... Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh god, I really hope I don't. Okay, we're good. Stop running away. Stop it. There we go, let's go shoot. Oh, I don't know who he was shooting at, but okay. Yeah, he changed this story to have a similar film to Bloodstone. And Bloodstone was a complete mess as well, storyline-wise. It was just terrible. It didn't work. Because like I said, James Bond films aren't whodunit. It's not mystery. You're supposed to know what... James Bond is discovering stuff, but you know what's going on for the most part. There might be a reveal at the end with some of the plot, you know, that moment when the villain's like, this is what my plan is. You're like, oh, okay. But you usually know who you're dealing with. So it's confusing that this Bruce guy seems to think, with both this game and Bloodstone, that having this progression of James Bond going through these villains and getting to the bottom of everything, and having the player go along with that, or the audience, it's just wrong. Casino Royale pulled it off, but it was like a reboot, so it kind of worked. They were allowed to do different stuff. And that game had it was just handled better there. It had a good era of mystery, but it seems like Bruce... Stop it. Old Bruce, even though he wrote Tomorrow Never Dies that had a clear villain, after he watched Casino Royale, he was like, oh yeah, I'll just have it always be about Bond running after people. Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. And it just doesn't work either time. Not to say I hate every change he made to this story, but he just made a couple of bad ones. And the main one is Alec. Alright, well we got a boss fight to do once we go push this big dumb button. Oh, please don't kill me. Oh, they stopped shooting. How nice.
We meet again, Mr. Bond. This time, I won't fail. I'll say it again. Enjoy your death, Mr. Bond. No. 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 No.
This time, it's on me.
And that's the end of her. One change I do like about this story before we end of the part is that I do like that Senior was toned down for this as compared to the film. Because yeah, she has less personality in this game, but the personality in the film was sex-craved lunatic. And they did kind of go overboard with that in the film. They did need to tone that down just a little bit because it gets weird. But anyway, so now that we've reached the solar facility and beaten jungle, I guess I'll end off the part. So next time in Let's Play GoldenEye Reloaded, we're gonna stop Alec, or start the process too. So I've been HonestTom23, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.